Hello, my name is Abe. Welcome back to Monster Trade. Let's do another random run, although the last run being a Melting Remnant Umbra victory does mean that we have at least a victory with every clan combination. So now we can work on this win streak and gold cards and etc, etc. So random run, let's see what we get. We have no rank 25 victories with Awoken. So if we could get an Awoken primary, that'd be great. It's not an Awoken primary, but that's okay. Consume Seraph, Ice Tornado, Steel Enhancer, Crystalline Seeds. I kind of like it all. Crystalline Seeds is a very nice incant, and it's a nice little AoE damage that'll kill units as they move up. Steel Enhancer is pretty good if you can get like an Animus. It's also a pretty good incant synergy. And Ice Tornado is just a great spell. You need to have high damage spells if you're gonna make it past the first few combats taking little damage, so I do like having it. When you play your third card, draw 2. At the end of turn, apply Frozen. These are both very good. There's an artifact that makes Frozen cards free. It's an insanely good synergy with this. But 2 card draw means you never need to take the card draw major enhancement. You can take energy and then play more cards. So we could go capacity into energy and then have 7 cards a turn, which seems pretty decent. We would like to have cheap cards to play with this. We don't really have anything super cheap except for Crystalline Seeds, which is free. Everything else is a unit or a spell that costs 1 or a spell that costs 3. But I'm still gonna take Winged Steel because I think it's amazing. And we'll go Spell Weakness. It's actually not that bad. We have Ice Tornado, it's a sweep. We'll have 6 health. Damage spells costing less is also interesting because then we can actually play 3 cards a turn and the Frozen Lances will just turn into card draw. But I still think you prefer Spell Weakness. The sweep means we're gonna be able to deal with the early minions. We can make spells cheaper, I think. I still think you go like this. All right. Hey, in Twitch chat, Peep, you have a good night. Thank you for being here. Or you have a good day, or whatever time it is for you. And hello, Dare Nunu. Right. So, I think, honestly, you probably just wipe the top floor. Now, the sweep will kill all these minions if we can keep our champion alive. I don't think we can keep our champion alive. No, we can. It's awkward, but it does work. It gives us a heal target though, but we need him to live slightly longer. So let's dump out a Train Steward there, give him a heal. You guys are gonna be hitting the pyre and there's almost nothing I can do about that. Like, if I play this, you're just gonna heal for 5. Well, I can at least kill you before you make it up 1 more floor. Pyre's gonna take 4, which is fine. It's also a bad place to put the champion because of spell weakness, but I wanted to kill the minions as they moved up. Because I honestly do believe that if we just pop a couple of Ice Tornadoes, we'll be perfectly fine. So, took another 2 damage. Like, how can I not just play another Ice Tornado? It's a great card to have right here. You're down to 50 health. I mean, you're not gonna kill us. Now you're taking 38. Fine. Perfectly acceptable fight taking 6 damage. Now, I do like an Energy Siphon. I like the free cards with Winged Steel. You have to play 3 cards to get the draw, and it's a free card that if we make it holdover will help us enable the card draw. Spell Weakness lets us kill things. Sting has the same effect. It'll help us to draw more cards. And Incant. That being said, Restoration Detonation is a fantastic card for dealing damage and for healing, especially if you get a Awoken tank, which I would like. Wildwood Sap is also just extremely good for the regen, but I think I'm gonna go Restoration Detonation. Ideally, we'd have an artifact that gives us a spell every turn, a sting every turn, I mean, but I wanna take the Restoration Detonation for an Awoken unit. Having said that, we're not getting any Awoken units, unless we go the right path and do spell upgrades. You know, making spells cheaper really does help us a lot, and we can get an Awoken tank. Of course, of course. Well, we can at least get an Animus of Will and then have a good target for the +3/+3. The quickness is also nice, but we can make you quick ideally later. I really don't like our choices here though, but what are you gonna do? So we're gonna make the Steel Enhancer free, I think, and we're gonna try to make this holdover if we can in the future. We also need to make the Ice Tornadoes significantly cheaper, but I think we're just gonna go this into a reroll. Permafrost doesn't really help us at all. Like, nothing being permafrosted is good. But, you know, a better Ice Tornado and making this cost 2. Now it does 90 damage. I think that's pretty good, and we'll just remove a card. And I think we probably want to remove either Train Stewards or like Frozen Lances. I would much rather play a Restore than a Frozen Lance, especially because we're Awoken. We want to get those Awoken tanks. But lately, it feels like I've had a very hard time getting Awoken tanks. Non-boss enemy units get +4 attack. Jeez, it's gonna be so hard to keep my units alive, but we have healing and not damage spells. I actually don't think you can take this. I don't draft a primary or allied clan unit. I need units though. All right, I'm gonna take it, and I'm gonna build on the top floor again. I know we don't get value out of spell weakness, but if we play Ice Tornadoes, we can kill these units as they move up. That's what I'm gonna say. And yeah, I don't want to spawn here. I want to spawn up here. So we'll do it like this. Spell weakness 1 to an enemy unit. I'm making him stronger, but my strategy is killing him before he even reaches the top anyways. Now it's not gonna work, and I can't kill anyone up there, which is highly unfortunate. But hopefully we'll draw an Ice Tornado next turn, I hope, maybe? Well, let's run our sets, basically. No Ice Tornado, all right, fantastic. Well, in that case, we are going to make sure the big enemies die. You deal 11, you gain +2. If I give you both of these, you will live. Now you will die as you make it up. We gotta deal with the next floor, but we're guaranteed to draw 2 Ice Tornadoes. We just got very crap draw on this one, which is highly unfortunate, but what else, I mean, what are you gonna do? You know? You get bad draw, oh well. And I'm not even killing this unit, which is super unfortunate, but at least we're living. So the Pyre's gonna, oh, the Pyre's not gonna take any damage, that's good. Okay. How much damage is our Pyre gonna take from this? Not that much, surprisingly. Like, that was a pretty good turn of events there. So I think we're gonna live at least. And we're only taking 2 hits, which is not that bad. But my god, we need a tank. The trial did suck, but at least it did what it was supposed to do, which is get us a unit draft. For 16 health, that's not that bad. And I think we did get hit for 16. Did we? Yeah, 16. It says it in the back. We're gonna go spells. For when we get a tank, Sharpen is fine, but I prefer to have the plus attack on the backline unit and the spikes on the front unit. Having both target a single minion is kind of awkward. So I think we'll go another Restoration Detonation, and we did finally get a tank. It's a spikes tank, but you know what? It's a tank. You gotta take him. You gotta tank him. And then you go straight into unit upgrades with no cash. So I guess we're not gonna go straight into unit upgrades. We could go for another unit plus an artifact. Better than card duplication, I think. So we'll do that and hope for something good. +3 magic power. It's actually very good. Revenge Frostbite. Another tank? Ooh, but another incant. I should say an incant. Revenge apply Frostbite 3. It's pretty good and you have a lot of health. But I do like the incant synergy. What I like about the Titan Sentry is that we can just like make him endless and keep playing him. But the Thorned Hollow, you can't really make them endless because they don't retain their spikes when they die and come back. The +1/+1 Hollow would retain his bonuses when you bring him back with endless, but not this guy. The Frostbite unit is also 2 capacity. You are 3 capacity. It gives us an incant synergy. Ideally, we'll be playing a lot of spells. We could put them behind the tanky boy, and then whenever we play, you know, a regen on them, even for free, we'll just get incant. We need more damage, so I will take it. It's a little funny. We're not really building around incant. It's our first incant card. We have very few 0-cost cards, but maybe we can make it work. Crap, what do you do here? I think you duplicate like crystalline seeds, and the reason is, no, you duplicate Steel Enhancer, I think, and the reason is it's a free card, and you're gonna be drawing more cards when you play free cards. So weirdly enough, we're gonna go 5 Steel Enhancers, so now we can make very big units, and when we play these, we'll draw more cards. I think it can work. There are +4/+4 on the incant unit now. I kind of like this. I was thinking about the consume card, and then I thought to myself, why consume the free cards? You want the free cards to stay in your deck so you can keep drawing them. They don't benefit from magic power, these ones, but it's still fine. So a Thorned Hollow Siren works at the bottom because we can spell weakness as enemies move up. We're not getting a lot of value out of the Siren, who I really should play. But instead I'm gonna keep regenning because it's a regen of 5, which is pretty good. It would be nice if I could actually, you know, draw better cards, but that's kind of what the spells are for, you know? But you know, we only have 3 energy right now. Awkward. You're living, you're gonna be doing 10. So we have 17 damage incoming. We're gonna heal for 1. I think you gotta restore. I think you Animus at the top to prepare. Just gonna play that to play it. I hate that you're dying. I don't think there's even a way I can keep you alive. No, there is. 1 Train Steward will do it. And we drew a couple of free cards, so now we need to actually figure out what we're gonna do with these. We don't have the Incant unit out, but if we can play them on the Animus of Will, we can buff her up quite nicely. Now the Animus is living. We can kill units as they move up. Well, I actually want you to... Well, if I do this, then you're dead. I think we're gonna kill units as they move up. We got an Ice Tornado, which is pretty good. I need to kill you. But you're doing 27 damage right now. That's pretty good. We could do a heal. I'm just waiting for those restoration detonations. We haven't drawn one yet. Could ice you as you move up, but you're gonna die on this floor. You're already dying, but that's okay. You know what? I can kill you next turn. And by that I mean the Animus is just gonna kill you. So we finally got a restoration detonation. I'd love to kill the frontline unit so I can restoration detonation this guy, but if we can't do that, then we're just gonna play this. Play our free buff. Spell weakness the boss. Draw another restoration detonation, so now you're dead. Keep buffing the Animus. Can't believe this is actually working, but we'll keep buffing the Animus. Now they're doing 60 damage, and we don't even have any unit upgrades on them. I mean, this is it's exactly what I want. We'll put a Train Steward out there just to tank some blows. It's working. The spell weakness is stacking up. All we need to do is kill the front enemy unit and then just hit them with an ice tornado. Should not have played the train steward up there because we have a siren that we want to play. He was not really getting much value. Taking 85. You're almost dead, not quite. But our Animus is now doing 99 damage. And they're living through several shots from this guy, which is nice. Let's play another Steel Enhancer on them. Draw some cards. Spell weakness. Might as well Ice Tornado, and it killed him. Fantastic. So this can work. We can focus all of our spells on the... Oh, that's so good. We can focus all of our spells on our Animus. 50 damage 3 times, huh? We have Ice Tornadoes and a Helical Crystallis, which we haven't even played yet. Ancient Synergy is pretty good, but I also like spreading Spores, making it free, and then playing it to get more card draw, but we have such a thick deck right now, and we have so many spells, I think you do take an Ancient Synergy just to output a burst of damage. And then an Incant Sap is ridiculously good. And then we're gonna go, I think we're gonna go Energy to start with, because we know what our floors are gonna be, weirdly enough. Our floors are, in all likelihood, it's gonna be the Hollow and the Champion, because that's 4 capacity, and then it's probably gonna be the Animus, the Totem, and the Siren, because of the double Incant synergies, plus the fact that we're playing all of our spells on the Animus to buff them up. So I think we want Energy. Okay. And we really, really, really would like to upgrade some units. Making the spells cheaper is also nice, but we have 4 energy, we can wait for the spell upgrades. Now, do you need another Animus? I don't think so. I think if we can put Quick on the Husk Hermit, we'll be very happy with that. We're running a little bit low on capacity, but we're gonna get a capacity upgrade probably next anyways. What'd I say? So yeah, you're gonna put Quick on the Husk Hermit, you're gonna give them like plus 10 attack or something. More health we'll put on the Thorned Hollow so they can live a little longer. We will purge a Train Steward. We wanna keep the spells because we can't. And then do we go double spell weakness or add Frostbite? I think we go double spell weakness. The Frostbite is handy to stack up damage, but double spell weakness means that our Ice Tornadoes can do a buttload of damage. I don't like going spell weakness, but we have so many spells in the deck, I kind of feel like why not? Multi-strike enemies, 1/1, 6, so you're gonna do 12, you're gonna do 2, you have haste. We have spikes, so I don't really mind this. It's gonna be a tough fight, but our regens are pretty good, our restoration detonations are pretty good, our spells are pretty good. I feel like this could be okay. Although you have 9, not 6. I guess I didn't see you. And we can also sap, but we don't really want to play down here, and we want to play at the top because of the haste. And we didn't get the draw we wanted anyways. Kind of a funky situation. Also, we need to consider that the boss gets stronger as they move up, so if we start on the top floor, he's gonna do like an extra 5 damage a hit when he moves up, which could be not bad if that's what we want to do. I guess we're gonna start here. It did kill the unit I wanted to kill, so we will play Titan's Banes here. We'll play the Lodestone Totem at the top. We did not draw a unit that I wanted to draw. Colin. We don't want to play Train Steward here because we don't want to make that impossible for us to work with. I think a little bit of health on you is okay. And we can still play a train steward here in the middle. But we want, not who we wanted. We wanted the tanky unit, the Thorn Hollow. But we could put the Husk Hermit down here and get a whole bunch of kills really quickly, which I kind of like. We're not killing you though. But a spell could do that. Because if I put spikes down here, then the enemies would die when they hit the spike dude, but we don't have spike dude, so I think we just gotta play what we got, and what we got is you. In that case, I do feel like we just keep buffing the champion. I mean, we could buff the Husk Hermit. I think we'll buff the champion. And then we need to play some spells. This will kill you and we'll get the gold. I think it's worth it for 1 energy. We didn't get another unit, which is fine. We can't play Ice Tornado though, which is what I wanted. We'll just play Helical Crystallis. Do a decent amount of damage. The quickness is helping us significantly killing these enemies. Okay, the Animus is going at the top. You moved up, you're killing us. That won't kill you, but it comes awful close. 1 spell weakness will kill you from that. We'll start with the Crystalline Seeds. Yeah, then spell weakness. Then Frozen Lance. Then the Siren gets played up here. Then the Restore gets played here. I guess the thing that sucks about this is that the boss is going to do a whole bunch of damage when they move up, but then I'm hoping that we can just sap the crap out of them. But we have not really gotten the draw that I was really hoping for, unfortunately. You need to go. How much damage is coming out here? Why are you dying? You have quickness. Why are you dying? Oh, because you have 100 health. You don't have 2 health, you have 100. Well, a Restore keeps you alive, so I really want a Restoration Detonation here to make you very buff, but I think we need to buff you so that we get as much spell weakness as possible on the boss. You need to get stronger. We get Draw. You should heal. Then it's gonna be a brief respite. Then we go to the top, and we got, like, perfect draw for this. Buff you, buff you, buff you. We drew more cards. Now we can Restoration Detonation. It does get hit by the spell weakness, which is kind of perfect. No place for a Train Steward. We'll just keep buffing you. You're doing no damage, and you're actually gonna die to the Pyre now too. Okay, you're taking 53. Not what we want to see, but we knew this was gonna at least be how the fight started. Now you're taking 81. We want you to live so that the spell weakness can be applied. We'll buff you. We'll buff you again. We'll buff you again. Might as well get some healing out there. Everything is going just fine, actually. You have 12 spell weakness and we got Ancient Synergy, so I think this just means that you're toast. You're gonna be taking 150 damage times 13. I don't even know what that math ends up being, but it's around 2,000 damage. So for getting pretty poor early draw, that's pretty good. Oh man, Volatile Gauge. We gotta take it, it's so good. We have expensive cards, Ancient Synergy, Helical Crystallis, Ice Tornado. The free cards, we don't want them to be expensive, but we'll get free draw. And we have 4 energy. And it's Snecko. It's pretty good. Incant apply armor 1 to friendly units. That can actually help keep the top floor alive, but we don't have the capacity for it, but I think we will get the capacity for it. So I kind of want to build a bit of a Incant floor. We can actually build up a bigger floor by descending units. So we're adding in a lot of cards. I mean, it's a 37 card deck right now. We need to remove a whole bunch, but I like where we're going so far, and we will go for spell upgrades here so that we can remove cards. And we have kind of a bunch of units. Let's remove a Train Steward, and let's remove a I think we'll start with the caverns. We've already done the duplication event. Oh man. Spikes deal +1 damage per stack. Double damage spikes is pretty good. Now our tank unit is gonna be very frickin' thorny. +10 magic power. Making Ancient Synergy much better is good, but we can also upgrade Restoration Detonation if we really want to. I think we'll start Ancient Synergy. It only deals damage to the front enemy unit though. And I really want to make cards cheaper, but we have the money, so I think we should spend it here. So we'll make you... Make you cost 1 less. And we'll give you magic power. We don't have enough money to buy anything else, because we would need 85 to be able to afford anything. I'll turn the trial on. Kinda hate it, but if we get the thorny enemy plus a heal, we can kill everyone immediately, which I do like. But the top floor is gonna suck, but they only deal 8 damage. Maybe 6? They only deal 6, which is very good. So you're gonna be stunned. An Ice Tornado just wipes the top floor though. But what are we playing and where are we playing it? Thorn Guy needs to go here, and Husk Hermit needs to go here. So I think it's gonna be Husk Hermit Thorn Guy. We need to wipe the top floor, but we might want to incant at the top floor. We might put our champion at the back of the top floor, weirdly enough, but they don't get value out of spell weakness. We need to somehow build down here. So I'm thinking, what if you sap armor champion at the bottom and you try to keep him alive? The problem I have right now is that I really want, I mean, we could keep him alive with the Siren. We can sap down here and then stack up the spell weakness and ice the boss as they move up. The boss does have stealth, and that's why I want the Thorn Guy to be at the bottom though, but we can still put him at the top. Yeah, the boss is stealth. And I would like to put the, well, we can stack you guys here, I suppose. Just put the Thorn Guy down here on his own. He'll kill the units as they hit him, which kind of blows though. We could put the Thorn Guy at the top. Okay, you know what? I think we will go sap at the bottom, because we can still sap the boss as they move up, and then they're not going to attack as much. So we'll go sap. Champion. We didn't draw the Thorny unit, which I guess is probably good. We'll put the Siren at the front. We're still going to Ice Tornado the top floor to deal with it. And we're killing the entire floors. We're killing all the floors, which is pretty freaking good. I think we're gonna buff your health. Restoration Detonation does nothing, but it is an incant, so we're gonna play it. And we have the energy to play everything in hand anyway, so we might as well. Spiky Dude, I guess, is going here. So I suppose we'll put the Guardian Stone at the top. We just put some Train Stewards and the Animus up there. All right, that works. That works. So Ice Tornado needs to come out. You gain 1 armor. Steel Enhancer is gonna go on you. You're all dead. We can incant for +1/+1, or we can incant for 1 armor. I think we'll incant for the +1/+1. Now you're at 1520. I think we'll be fine on this fight, but it's really freaking awkward. And I hate that we have to spend a spell to get a kill up here, because our spells right now are garbage. But a Crystalline Seeds will do it. So we're gonna start with whatever's cheap. This is cheap. This is cheap. This is cheap. We drew Ancient Synergy. It's actually not what I want on this turn, but we don't really have the ability to play much else right now due to the sapping. Sorry, due to the cost of everything. But we can Steel Enhancer. We can also Restoration Retreat, which I now that I think about it, is what we want, 100%. We're gonna take a hit from the Clipped Guardian because he's gonna get +2/+2/+2. He's gonna get +8 attack, so he'll deal 10 damage, but it gives us a restoration target now. And we can play Ancient Synergy to hopefully do more damage to him, which is pretty good. All right, so yeah, we'll buff this floor. Ancient Synergy only hits the unit at the front, but we got sap out of it. Okay. Thorn Hollow needs to go down. Now I'm thinking, what if we put him here, but then we have no room for the Animus, but that might be okay. But we got it. I think we gotta abandon the middle floor. We'll build at the top instead. So, Restoration Detonation, unless we want to play something else. I think we don't. I mean, we could Restoration Detonation him for the heal, but restores are better up there anyways. This is damage. Now everything's dead. Steel Enhancer is already free. We just want to keep buffing up our tank to make him live as long as possible. Ice Tornado is interesting, but we're taking... Why are we taking 4 damage? Oh, because you're actually dealing some damage. I don't care. I really don't care. Okay, everything is going just fine. Okay, we got another annoying combat, but you know, as soon as we start playing cards, the sap is gonna help us significantly. I'm just gonna keep buffing the incant unit. I would like to play something on the cheap. I think instead I'm just gonna play Helical. Yeah, still okay. You are taking 45 damage and we're taking none. That's pretty good. So I can't play the Animus. I can play Restoring Retreat though. And I really want to bring you down to this floor so I can put the Animus behind you instead of worrying about +1 armor. I also want to just keep buffing you and make our stand here with the sap, but I gotta think that this is better, right? You got the armor before you left as well, because now we can at least do something on this floor. I mean, it seems like it's working pretty well. Okay, now you have 8 turns of stealth. It sucks, I know, but this is what the spells are for. And we got this for 0, which is unbelievable. We got this for 0, which is amazing. So, buff. 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 Now you're taking 3 damage. It's not a lot, but we're still playing stuff. Don't worry about it. We'll play this for 0. You're still taking 3 damage because of the Husk Hermit, so we need to play more spells. Well, we can play 4 more spells. It's gonna be 1, 2, or 3 more spells, 3. Now you're taking 17, so you're gonna get hit by like 1 sweep, I think. I mean, it's not that bad. You know, we completely negated the stealth on a single floor, and then we got Ancient Synergy on floor 2, which is just gonna wreck you in 1 shot. So I think we played that very well. Dun, 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 dun. Now, plus magic power is funny, but I don't think we need it. We don't need to freeze cards either, and we don't want to freeze expensive cards, so it's kind of bad. Draw 3 next turn. Consume, add 3 stings to your hand. This is what we want. We want this, we want it to be innate, we want it to be free every turn if we can, but the sting spells are gonna do a bunch of damage, they're gonna incant, they're gonna sap, they're gonna give us card draw. This itself might be expensive, but if it's ever cheap, it's extremely worth playing. You want this card when you have incant, because it's worth 4 incants. It also consumes, and the spells might consume, which might help you against Seraph. So we have finally gotten unit upgrades. I guess we already upgraded slightly, but dude, we need more unit upgrades, please. We could duplicate a spell. I think it's worth significantly more to upgrade. So we're gonna leave the spells in. We're probably gonna go for like a large thorn or large husk hermit. A large siren really helps to get her out quick. And we're definitely gonna be doing the plus capacity, because we need more units to be played. Endless, silence, trample. Silence is very good for certain bosses and certain enemies, but endless means that if we lose a tank, we can just bring them back. Like if we make Siren of the Sea endless, then the +1/+1 will retain when they die. We can use them as a tank, and then if they die, we can just play them on another floor, and they're still gonna retain all their buffs. So I really like the idea of endless. It's also, you know, cheap, but it might not be cheap when we draw it. It's unfortunate. But I like endless tanks, I really do. Now, if we make her large, it's harder to play her. That's the negative. If you make her large, she's hard to play. I think we start actually with the +10 on the sweep. Now you're doing a base of 5. We will put the large stone on something. The question is just what? Man, I love making a big thorned hollow, but if we do this, then the 4 capacity floor is kind of worthless. Large plus small stone? I mean, if there was a small stone, that'd be great, but I would honestly probably just make the Animus double large. We could, I mean, buff the Animus 18 times 3. It's more punch. And can't gain 1 armor. I like putting this on the lodestone totem actually just to keep him alive slightly larger. Slightly longer, not larger. We're gonna put the large stone on something. I just need to decide what. Because we could put it on the Animus, but if we put it on another unit, then we can put like the plus, like if we put it on Siren and we put the Animus behind the Siren, then we can put the +3/+3s on the Animus, and we still get the incant bonus on the Siren. You know what I mean? You can just ascend. On Fel and Seraph, yeah, the fights go long enough, but on the quick fights, we would want holdover on that descend card. It is more damage, but I really like the thing is, we need tanks, and we need the tanks to live, which means they need health, and this gives 40 health. That's why I like putting this on the tanks. Putting on the Thorn Hollow makes him live for a long time, and he has tons of spikes. You convinced me Siren is better. The problem with Siren is that you have 3 capacity, but I really do think you put this on the Siren. You can put them on multiple floors. If they're endless, they'll live long enough. You can buff the Animus behind the Siren, and the Siren's gonna have the health to live. We need tanks, so I'm gonna do it like this. And we could actually make you endless immediately. We could also make the Lodestone Totem endless, and if it ever dies, we can bring it back. But if we make the Siren endless, we can kill her quickly. So we're gonna make the Siren endless innately. We're gonna put health. No, we're gonna put a damage on the Animus. I think we have to. Base damage on the Animus. I was thinking 25 health on the Lodestone, but I think this is okay. We got some good upgrades done. I don't know if this is exactly what we want, but you gotta make do with what you have. And what we have is a thorny tank, and now a Siren that can come back to life. So we 100% want the Siren at the bottom, because if we put the Siren at the bottom, we can replay them higher up. We got the Animus, which is not what I want, but we'll put the Animus like at the top. We can put you at the bottom. You'll kill everything. Spell Shield sucks. but we're gonna draw anyways. I could put you in the middle and we'll get the thorny guy next turn in all likelihood. Well, we might get the Siren, which would be also acceptable. But we want the Siren at the bottom for the Incant synergy, and we're gonna put the Siren and the 2 totems on the floor. Well, no, because we want the Siren to protect. We want the Siren and the Sap Totem and the Champion so we can stack up spell weakness. Okay, so we're gonna put you here. The Animus might not be played on this turn, believe it or not, because I don't think we need him. I think I'd prefer to draw. But if I play the Ice Tornado, we're taking more damage. I could play the Ice Tornado here or here, but I want the Restore for the spiky dude. We need to play 2 more cards too. That's kind of annoying. I think we'll start with this. And then we'll just play the Frozen Lands to draw. I didn't get what I wanted, but it's actually not that bad. We're gonna get a lot of card draw next turn. I should have iced the spell weakness here or something. It's an awkward turn. I don't think you play the Animus. I don't think you need the Animus. What you need is a tank, and the Thorn Hollow is a pretty good tank, but the Siren is also the tank that you want. So the Siren's gonna go out. They're expensive, but they need to go out. Then you have the ability to play an Ice Tornado and a Steel Enhancer. You're gonna get 10 armor, sucks, but there's not much I can do about it. I think we will Frostbite as well, because we want the Incant synergy. I would certainly love to draw the totem on this turn, but I don't think we're gonna have the choice. I think we just need to play things, and we did get the Sap Totem, which is unfortunate. Okay. Look, we got the Endless unit out, and if they ever die, we bring them back. Who cares? You're taking damage. You're not. You have 4 spell shield. That's not gonna get you. This'll get you. This'll get you quite nicely. Excellent. Now I do need to do something about you, but I might just let you hit the pyre, honestly. You're gonna hit the pyre twice. You're gonna hit the pyre 0 times. So we'll take 10 damage, but I can't see a way of actually killing you, unfortunately. I can maybe buff the champion to make his attack better, but I don't care about his attack. Really, I just want you to have health. Did draw a Restoration Detonation, which is real nice. But we could also just do this and this. I mean, the Siren is, you know, pretty freaking big and tanky. An Ice Tornado would be really nice to draw on this turn to try to kill this guy. 1 Ice Tornado hitting him would kill him, and we do have 2 in the draw pile. So what do we want on this turn? We want the Thorn Hollow. I think we do play the Thorn Hollow and the Husk Hermit up here just to deal with enemies as they move up. They're gonna be stunned, but we need units to get out there, so this is okay. And then we could heal him and give him more armor. No, thank you. Well, it doesn't actually change the numbers at all, but I'd still rather incant down here. And we got the Ice Tornado. So you're not hitting the pyre at all, which is great draw. Let's call it as we see it. That's great draw. So I'm kind of saving the middle floor for the Siren. Like when she dies, I'll put her up here and then she'll still hit the boss many times before she dies. It's not perfect, but I think it's acceptable. Lodestone Totem will go here. Now we're sapping. I think we do want to put the Guardian Stone here if I can make it live, but I don't know if we can make it live. We might not play the Sting. Anything that costs 0 gets played though. You're making it up with spell weakness, which is highly unfortunate. 51 damage, you're only taking 5. Helical Chrysalis kills you, but it's expensive. Guardian Stone dies unless I can play like 5 spells on this floor, so I think you don't play it. So what do you play? Well, we can play 2 spells. We can play this. We can play this. Now, unfortunately, the Siren isn't killing, or you're not dead, so the Siren's killing you with 53 damage, but it's okay. Now, you made it up to the top floor. That's highly unfortunate. But luckily, I have an Ice Tornado, and if one Ice Tornado hits you, it does 99 damage. So let's start there. Yeah. You still have Spell Shield, so this is gonna do nothing. Although, I'm like, what if we do this? Now you have 7 HP, that's pretty good. You're taking 15. I can't stop you from hitting the pyre, and that's extremely unfortunate, because I wonder if we're actually gonna live. Now we'll live. He'll hit 3 times. But we got very unfortunate with this boss counters us with the spell shield. That's kind of just what it boils down to. I can't punch through the guardians and make my spells hit the units. We're getting to that point now, but at least to start with, that was very annoying. Can't put the Animus down, can't bring him down a floor. We might draw the thing that lets that happen though. I think I'm just gonna... $23 times 3 at 60 damage. I really just want to pop this on this floor, but I'm like, maybe we shouldn't. Maybe we should just incant instead. Didn't get... Oh, I can't play the Siren anymore. I screwed it up because we didn't draw the thing that lowers a unit. But, well, maybe we'll draw the card that descends a unit next turn, which would be ideal. little mistake, I think. You're not dead, but I don't really care about you. You're almost dead. So we'll play the Guardian Stone. Should have played them in the front. That was silly. Play Restore. End turn. Maybe we should have played this Sting for draw, but we know it's coming up here. We got very good draw on these Steel Enhancers. They're all 0. We didn't get Restoration Retreat, which makes me not want to keep the Animus alive, although a single Steel Enhancer will keep the Animus alive. I kind of want the Animus to die so I can put the Siren up there, because I forgot about what I was doing. But we'll start with the Steel Enhancers anyways. We can make a unit endless. It's not worth making anything endless because we can't put anything on this floor except for the Siren, and she's already endless. So I think we just keep stacking up the sap, which is helping a lot. You have no spell weakness, but you will later. I think we play this here in that case to try to kill this guy, and it didn't work at all. So, you know, fair enough. Can play 2 more spells. Taking 1,000 damage. Any spell will kill you. And the Siren has 100 health. So honestly, the Siren is gonna kill you. Like, just by playing the Siren, you will die. Told you. And Ancient Synergy did 2,000 damage on its own. If we can do that against Seraph, we'll be fine, but we really do need some health to kind of keep us going. I'll take another Ancient Synergy. We need capacity. Energy is also good there, because if we can play more cards, we'll be having a good time, but I think we desperately need the floor capacity. So we're gonna heal, get an artifact. At the start of your turn, add a Sting spell to your hand is literally exactly what I want. Completely counters Seraph. It's a free Sting every turn, which means free incant. It's unbelievable. And we get card draw from it, which is fantastic. So we're just gonna make cards cheaper. We're gonna make cards better. I mean, that's an absurd amount of damage. No reason to reroll. And I think we're just gonna go for spell weakness 3. Keep stacking it up. And this Animus that we have, this Animus is just not, ooh, you're annoying. I don't care if enemies appear on each floor, we can actually handle them pretty nicely. Your Harvest, you do 10 damage. You're relentless. I think we should do this for the gold. We might take some pyre damage, but I think we'll be okay. Does it cost less even with broken gauge? Yes, it does. That's why I'm upgrading spells with negative costs, to make them never cost 3. So really, all I need is like an Ancient Synergy up here, and then we're good. And then we can put like a Sweeper up there, up here to kill these guys, and then we can focus on the bottom. Now, we did get hit by low capacity, but we know that this floor already works with what we have, so I don't think we need to worry about it too much. Now, I hate that these units are gonna all explode, because it means that my champion will die if I put them at the bottom, so we're gonna have to work around that. We're gonna start with Ancient Synergy here. We need to stop the Pyre from taking damage. If we play you here, you stop these units from doing damage. If we play this here, we kill a unit and draw. We got Restores. Not what we're looking for. We need to play the champion, though. So I think I got an idea. I think we're gonna put the champion on the second floor, and we're gonna put the Siren at the bottom on her own. And it's gonna suck, but we can play the Siren up here after she dies because she's endless anyways. Now, we could ideally play the Animus down here, but there's nowhere for them to fit. We put the Animus at the top, and they can at least do something. Because right now we have just not very good damage spells. But we have to get Titan's Bane out there so that we can hit the boss with a spell as they move up. But you can't go here because you're just gonna die. Yeah, so I guess we're just gonna put you here. You might as well restore to make you take less damage, and then kind of the opinion that you should just kill a unit with a Frozen Lance. Saves you a little damage next turn. It's not a very good turn, though. I hate that you cost 3. I really hate that you cost 3. You sweep. You're gonna take 5 damage. You're gonna take another 10. A Sting does nothing to keep you alive. So I think we play Siren, because she needs to get played. I think we'll Sting. I gotta kill you at some point too, but we're hoping for spell weakness to deal with you. I think we will Sting for the Incant and Steel Enhancer for the Incant. Got a 1-cost Steel Enhancer. I mean, I want to keep you alive, so I'm gonna play that. Did he not explode? He must have exploded. That's a bad turn. That was a bad draw, though. But we need a spell on this turn desperately. We did get something. I mean, we can play it. It's gonna cost my entire turn. It's also not giving me a preview of him dying, but I know it's gonna kill him because it does 99 damage 4 times. You're almost dying. You're killing my unit. I mean, do I incant you? Do I play the totem? Do I try to keep the Sweeper alive? The Sweeper is gonna die and take all the damage from the explosion, guys, and I don't really mind the Sweeper dying if we can kill these units. We also have to kill you, though, which means Ice Tornado. Okay, well, the totem pole needs to get played. Then I think you just go free cards. You're gonna get the draw. You hope for something good, and we actually got something unbelievably good. We can keep the Husk Hermit alive and kill you. You're a problem, but oh well. So I think I don't want to play Ice Tornado here because it might not hit him. Ancient Synergy will hit him. Now you're living. You're dead. We have no energy. Better draw. That's what we had there. I accept it. Now everything is dying on this floor. We're gonna be playing spells, though I'm not that worried about that. Kinda hate that you're killing. This'll kill you though, and it's free. Yeah? I mean, you're gonna get this. You're gonna get the sting. You're gonna get the restore. Apply spell weakness. You're already dead to this because this does 70 damage 3 times. So if we spell weakness you, we could play an ice tornado. We can play 2 ice tornadoes. I mean, we actually have, weirdly enough, lots of good spells in hand that we can play that are all cheap. So we'll play this. We'll play this. Ice tornado won't kill you, so I think we do play it down here. I need you to die. I need more damage done. Keep the heal going. You might as well play this. That's some pretty good incanting, I gotta say. It does 75 damage 3 times. I didn't need to run the exact math, so I didn't. So silly. You're dead, you're living. I would like, so I also want to save the siren for the 3rd floor. You know what, we should put the book Endless on the totem pole, 1000%. So I'm thinking, what if we put the Thorned Hollow up here? Then we can have the Thorned Hollow protecting the siren doing a lot of damage. Whoop, I pressed a button. Because we could put the Animus at the top, but the Animus isn't really my damage dealer. It's kind of the siren and the sap totem. And we're gonna put the siren up there to keep the champion alive as they move up. Well, I think we're gonna start with this, and this, and this, and then we're gonna go into this. Because we could put the Thorned Hollow here, but they're not as good of a tank as this frickin' siren is. And we have this double damage spike effect, but I'm still dumping my spells on the siren whenever possible. So I'm like, let's put the Animus up here as a last ditch. I will sting a whole bunch. I'll buff. I'll Frozen Lance, and I'm not even gonna play the Thorn Hollow because I wanna leave that spot open. I mean, you're not doing any damage. It's a brief respite. Oh, you know what? We have room for the totem pole up here if we make it endless. So we're definitely gonna make it endless. And then we're gonna play free cards. Apply armor, we might as well put it down here. Might as well put it in the front to tank as many hits as possible. Play the 0 cost stuff. Play the cheap stuff. That's pretty good. Wow, what is this sting draw? 3, 3, 3, 3, 1, 3, 3, 1. Not that good. I would like to keep you alive for 1 hit, actually. So let's play Steel Enhancer first, then Sting. Now I don't think there's any choice. You know, hold up. What if we just bring the champion down? If we just bring the champion down, all of a sudden, we're applying a absolute truckload of spell weakness. We actually did get Ancient Synergy too, which is pretty damn good. So now we're gonna apply quite a bit of spell weakness. You still do a lot of damage, but you're not a multi-strike. You just hit hard. And now you have 18 spell weakness. Really, any good spell will kill you. You're an 81, 111, which is insane. too expensive, but that's okay. You're taking 400 damage. Guess what? You're gonna take a little bit more, and you're gonna take a little bit more, and the only thing we have to do is not play the stings here. That will kill us, so let's avoid that. In fact, I don't even think we need a spell in order to kill you, but we did draw one. But just to prove a point. That would do... So 1,700 damage. That would do 5,000 damage. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. We don't care about these cards. We don't care about these cards. Reserve Thorns is pretty good, but we have enough stings now. Another Restoring Retreat would be nice to build up single floors, so I will take it. And we'll just make sure to build like on floor 1 or floor 2 or floor 2 or floor 3 so we can always build a single floor. I feel like the boss rush names are buffed. 1 turn boss rush implies you beat them in 1 turn. It is a little funky, Alpha Wolves Gamer, but that's how many turns were remaining until they hit your pyre. It is a little funky though. So what do we do? What do we duplicate? Where do we go, left or right? We could take another Siren, but we really don't want another Siren. Another Sap Totem is pretty good. But I gotta admit, healing, removing 2 cards, and spell upgrades might be what we want. Because we already have upgrades on the units that are most important. Admittedly, we don't do that much damage, but really it's our spells that do the most damage. So I have to feel like getting better spells would be for the best here. Like upgrading the ice tornadoes and whatnot to be cheaper and do more damage, because if we make them cheaper, we can play more of them. Because like if we upgrade units, I don't think we get as much value. So I think we're gonna go to the right to upgrade spells. We're gonna remove the worst 2 cards in the deck. It's deadweights. Well, can't remove the deadweights, unfortunately. But we can remove like Frozen Lances. Energy Siphon is actually not a good card anymore. It's only really playable if it's 0. Same thing with Crystalline Seeds, but that at least consumes. I mean, these do damage, but this applies spell weakness. I still like having 5 restores. Like 5 health restoration restores. Probably don't need this many steel enhancers, but again, they're good incant synergies, and because the unit comes back to life, they're extremely beneficial for us. So I think we're just gonna remove like a Frozen Lance or 2. Anything worth double stacking? Not really. Let's check out the Trinket Shop. Stings get plus 20 magic power. Is that important? I mean, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. And I'm not gonna take Consume has a chance to be discarding, because we're always gonna be discarding the stings. So spell costing -1. I think you put that on Ice Tornado and you make the Ice Tornado better. We'll re-roll. Holdover on a good, cheap spell is pretty nice. The problem is I don't know what to hold over. Like you could hold over Restoration Detonation or a Helical Crystallis, but if it's expensive, it's not worth playing. If it's cheap, it's worth playing. Plus 20 magic power. We can buy all this, so plus 20 magic power and Consume. I mean, a holdover Restoration Retreat would be really nice to build up the single floors. Ooh, yeah. You know, that's got me thinking. We want everything on a single floor if at all possible. So what if we just make this holdover and cheap? And then we'll remove or we'll make 1 good restore and we'll make it Consume. So we can have a burst heal in the deck somewhere. So spells will consume, stings will consume. We want to build a single big floor. It's going to take us a while to get to that point, but that's okay. Okay, This is gonna be funky, and we get a whole bunch of garbage, but we have 80 pyre health. Is that enough? I certainly hope so. So, sap. I kinda hate this bottom floor, so the question is, do we start at the bottom? We want to kill the self-mutilator, who actually who has 10 health, which I didn't consider that at all. We need to either incant enough to survive, or hope that we get good enough draw. I mean, we do have 2 free spells. This will do... This does significantly less damage now, but I guess we did remove a few spells. This does 67 damage 3 times to the front enemy unit. Which I'm running the math, and it's enough to kill the Gilded Wink, and then the Ice Tornado will kill the ones in the back. So we can absolutely start down here. Just don't consume it. Consume the sting. That's pretty good. And then we could make the champion better, or we could make the Lodestone Totem better. I think I'm going to try and put Endless on the totem so that if it does die, we can bring it back. I think I'd rather just make you better so that you can kill those units that have 2 health, or 10 health rather. And then nothing else is really worth playing. We could give you 1 more armor, but let's just play that instead. And now we get our big unit, which is fantastic. And you only cost 1, which is lovely. So we're still gonna get rid of the sting. We could get rid of crystalline seeds instead. I think we will do that here, because the boss is here. The sap is working its magic. Sting. We drew. Steel Enhancer. You play it? Do you play the Thorn Hollow? I think you can, because we want to have a target for the Restoration Retreat. We want to play more spells, of course, and we're taking 22 damage, which is 22 too many. But unless we play Preserved Thorns for the stings, we're not getting around the damage we're taking. But we could play it to get around the damage. I mean, it's actually gonna do 75 damage as well. So you know what? Sorry, 28 damage times 3, not 25 times 3. You're almost dead. 1 more sap means we take none. And you have, 4 spell or 3 spell weakness, so any spell will kill you. I think that's pretty good. Restoring Retreat is free, so we are going to Restoring Retreat. Every turn now we can bring down a unit, or just play it as a heal. So we need to probably play a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We didn't get the free sting. We can get rid of a Steel Enhancer, though, for free. I don't care about that too much. We could also get rid of, like, a Restore, but I'd prefer to play the cheap cards early in the turn. So we're gonna start here. We're gonna play the unit. We're gonna bring them down. Now, because he's quick, we're getting a lot of kills quickly. I think we should ice this floor. It's gonna hit the spell weakness on Seraph, but it's actually still gonna do like 300 damage. Told ya. We will take a couple of points of damage. I honestly don't mind. I think we just incant further. And you know what? We could make our champion endless. We don't have to. You're gonna hit the pyre. Well, no, I have a sting. We could make the totem pole. I'm Lodestone Totem, whatever. We could make this endless, but if we make our champion endless, we might be able to stack up more spell weakness as the boss moves up, which I think is what we want to do. So I think we will, for free, bring down the armor totem. We'll get rid of this restore. We'll keep this sting. We did draw some good stuff, though. You can stay up here and we'll bring you back next turn. For now, we'll bring the totem down. It looked like he was gonna get the armor, but the armor came down here. Weird. You need to die, you guys need to die. use Steel Enhancer, but I gotta deal damage to these units. We might want to bring the Animus down. In fact, I think we should. It's super expensive, but we actually did get some pretty good draw here. That'll ice you. Then we're free to play other cards. I do want to kill this unit. I don't really want to use the Ancient Synergy to do it, but we could use Helical Chrysalis for that. I think that's honestly better. We won't have the energy to bring the Animus down, though. But you'll be dead. We can bring you down next turn. Who cares? Well, no, we won't be able to play you, is the thing. If we play Helical Chrysalis. So now I gotta think about this. Start down here. Oh! Almost a misclick. Yeah, I think we want to bring the Animus down. And we'll start buffing the Animus with the +3/+3 just to help deal some extra damage. And we'll ice this guy as he moves up. What are we drawing next turn? Ancient Synergy, and that's it. Alright. Ice you. I don't want to take damage as we move up, and it might take 2 turns to draw another attack spell. Restoring Retreat. We don't need 2 of these in the deck, so we might as well spend 1 here. Then a Sting will get 1 kill. Then a Steel Enhancer. I do love the idea of continuing to buff the Siren, though, because of the fact that she lives forever with Endless. But the damage output from the Siren is better, but we're kind of relying on spells anyway, so I'm just gonna buff the Siren. We got extremely good draw. We got absurdly good draw there. Restoration Retreat, because it's 0, I will play it. We're gonna make our champion Endless, I think. We'll keep buffing our tank. These units are not really making it up. Luckily we get these stings, but I hate that you're all the way up here. I love that a sting does 112 damage. It was a very good idea to get this. I didn't even think about that. But any unit that lives gets hit for 112 thanks to the sting. It's remarkable. It's remarkable! We're gonna get 1 more draw in 1 more spell. So let's Steel Enhancer. Not gonna be able to kill you. You might hit the pyre. You're not gonna kill the pyre, but you might hit the pyre. And I hate that you might hit the pyre, but I think honestly we get the most value out of like a restoration detonation like in the back or something, but let's actually go for you still. Alpha Wolves Gamer says, I think the 9 damage from multi-strike is more valuable against the boss. Except my thinking on the matter is that if we play the Siren on the 2nd floor with our champion, we can stack up more spell weakness, and we're very spell focused. So I really do think that we want to focus on those spells. You're gonna have 1 HP. You're gonna have 1 HP. You're gonna hit the pyre twice, I don't care. So we do want to ice you. I will pay for it. The incant helps a lot. Dump this. I mean, we might even kill the boss before they move up if we can stack enough incanting. We're not going to, but all we need is an Ancient Synergy and the boss is dead. We're gonna do like 6,000 damage with 1 spell next turn. So I'm like, let's make sure the pyre takes no damage. You're taking 1,500 damage on this floor. And then you have 33 stacks of spell weakness, and I don't know, what? Someone run the math. What is 81 times 3 times 34? What's 2754 times 3? So that was almost 8,000 damage in a single spell. So we didn't need the Siren to have Endless, but it was very nice to have that because it gave us peace of mind. And there we go. A Stygian Guard Awoken victory. Focusing on spell weakness, weirdly enough. And we did all the trials too. I felt like none of the, weirdly, we got no bad trials. Like none of these trials really countered our deck. You know, we didn't get Frostbite plus a whole bunch of Thorns. We didn't get any sweep bosses, so we were able to handle that very, very nicely. Now, I think we already had Stygian Awoken victory. I think we've been getting that relatively frequently. Thank you, Game RNG. But still, it was a pretty good run. Thick deck, but you know, you're not always going to be able to thin out your deck. Because I'm pretty sure we have a Stygian Awoken victory on rank 25. Yeah, we got one right there. And we got one right there. We've done it 3 times. There's the game's RNG really showing how good it is. In any case, for those of you on YouTube, thank you very much for watching. Like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe for more. Check me out on Twitch if I want to go live. Support me on Twitch, Patreon, and Streamlabs, and I hope to see you here again for the next run of Monster Train.